everyone. Today I wanted to talk about freedom. Why is it that ex-Jehovah's Witnesses feel so free once they have left this organization? Well, even though we are brainwashed into believing that we are the happiest people on earth when we are a Jehovah's Witness, there is one thing we don't have much of, and it's freedom. Actually, we have pretty much zero freedom as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, because on one hand, we have obligations, and on the other hand, we have a lot of restrictions. So obligations plus restrictions equals zero freedom at all. And that is why the word that you hear the most, the feeling that people feel the most once they leave the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses is freedom. When I left the Jehovah's Witnesses, I happened to have not been quite awake yet. So someone like you, if you're still a witness, may wonder how, or even an ex-witness may be wondering why I was able to leave if I wasn't fully awake. Well, it's because I don't know if you are familiar with the core values, what we call core values. As a life coach, as a success coach, I teach core values to my clients because they are very important. And all of us have three main core values. My number one core value, guess what it is? In my case, it's freedom. So you can imagine that trying to bury the number one core value of mine, my strongest core value, which is freedom, trying to bury that for just a little over 10 years, because I was one of Jehovah's Witnesses, it was starting to be very heavy. So at some point, after I've seen so many things I did not lack among the people of Jehovah's Witnesses, among this group of people, plus I was really understanding clearly that the so-called paradise was not truly a paradise because freedom was not part of it. And to me, having to listen to elders for the rest of eternity, bad enough if it was for the rest of my life, as we know life here, our lifespan on earth, but for the rest of eternity, listening to elders, listening to someone above me, giving me orders, it is not freedom, and at the end of the day, it is not paradise either. It is not something I wanted. So once I realized that on one hand, I did not want to be with those people anymore. Not that I hated Jehovah's Witnesses, not at all. There were some Jehovah's Witnesses that were my friends, some Jehovah's Witnesses that I actually really appreciated. But as a whole, I was not crazy about Jehovah's Witnesses at all. So I was not seeing myself spending the rest of eternity with those people, on one hand. And on the other hand, my freedom wasn't there. To me, to be free is to be able to do whatever you want, even if it's something bad, for God's sake. It may not be good to do something bad, right? That makes sense. But that is freedom. You are free to do something even if it's not good, and then you learn from it and you stop doing it. But freedom, as long as you're not hurting, when I say something bad, by the way, I'm not talking about hurting anyone. That's not what I mean at all, okay? But as long as you're not hurting anyone, you should be allowed to do what you want. If you happen to do something that is bad for you, well, that's your business. You have the right to do this because you have freedom. Now your freedom doesn't allow you to hurt someone else, okay? I'm just talking about yourself. But at the end of the day, that's what freedom is. As long as you're not hurting anyone else, you have the freedom to do anything you want. Something dangerous if you want to, or something safe if you want to. You know, for example, I will never forget when I heard an elder telling me, you know, that doing parachute, you know, jumping off a plane with a parachute was not allowed for Jehovah's Witness. Why? Because it puts your life in danger, and you should respect your life because God, Jehovah God, gave you that life. You know, well, that's not freedom. Freedom is, it's my own body, it's my own life, and if I want to jump off a plane with a safe parachute on my back, I should be able to do that. So, anyhow, that's what I wanted to talk about today, freedom. And that's why the word freedom comes to the mouth of Jehovah's Witnesses who have left the religion. This word comes comes up quite often, because that's really what you feel when you leave any cult, and the cult of Jehovah's Witnesses included. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, like it, comment, share the video, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye now.